friends, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Fun fact about me is that I have a slight obsession with Disney pins, so I thought today I would take you through my whole entire Disney pin collection. I think I've cataloged over 300 of my pins at this point. I recently got back from one of my local Disney pin trading groups, and my collection is going to stay the same for a few months now until I leave in January for my Spring 25 DCP, where I'll hopefully be doing a lot of trading and my collection will probably change a lot. Before we get started, I do want to mention that I do have fake or not authentic Disney pins in my collection. Unfortunately, I did trade for them before I could tell the difference between real and fake Disney pins, so they are in my collection. I'm okay with them. You can't really escape the fake Disney pins nowadays, so before you comment that I have scrappers, I know, and I'm okay with them being there. My collection is kind of all over the place. I have cataloged about 300 pins at this point. I can't really pick just a couple things to collect. I kind of collect a whole bunch of random things, specifically princesses, ocean animals, dogs, a little bit of Lion King, little bit of Christmas, kind of everything. So it'll be easier to just show you guys my whole entire collection, so let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start off with my parks, resorts, and characters board. I've got a whole jumble of random things on this board, but I've got a lot of Mickey and Friends, attractions, parks. I've also got a couple Walt pins there. I love the Alaska pins in this section. I got those on my Alaskan cruise in 2023, which was the best vacation ever. On this right half of the board, I'm working on attractions and more park-related pins. I'm trying to collect one of every attraction, but I've got a long ways to go yet, but I think that's a really cool collection that I'm working on. In this left corner of the board, this is my ocean and marine life inspired collection. So I've got a lot of Nemo, a couple things from the Living Seas, Mickey and Friends scuba diving or surfing. I took a couple marine biology classes in college and I love the ocean, so this is a really fun collection that I'm working on. Some of my Nemo pins are actually very high in value, so I'm really proud of those few that I've got there. Then as we move to this right bottom corner of my board, it's a little bit crazy and jumbled mess, but I've got a few Toy Story pins there at the bottom, and that Trader Sam's pin is actually an artist proof pin that I found, so that was a really fun find. And this is my next board. It starts on the top here with some Frozen pins, and the Frozen kind of merges into a Christmas little section there, as well as my Brother Bear pins. I just started collecting Brother Bear because I love that movie, so I don't have many Brother Bear pins yet, but that's the start of the collection. I've also got these cute ones of Mickey and Friends, like butterfly hunting in the grass. They're super cute. I've also got my pirate pins here because they didn't fit anywhere else. And then this board is my largest collection. This is my princess pins. When I first started pin trading when I was, I think, 5 years old, I wanted to get a pin of every princess wearing a sparkly dress, and I actually just completed that goal of mine. The last princess I needed in that collection was Belle, and I just got her, so that was a very full circle moment for me. Now you might notice that I tried to organize this board in chronological order of their movie release date, so I started with Snow White, but then it got a little bit out of hand. I have the princesses organized in columns. So the first column is their princess portrait pin, then I've got their sparkly dress pin, and then a nice castle signature pin if they had it for that princess. I love that castle signature series. I thought it was so pretty, and that pin-on-pin look is just so fun. I mostly collect Ariel, Rapunzel, and Tiana and Jasmine pins now, but any princess pins are usually ones that I will go for. I really liked Valentino from Wish, so I'm working on collecting him, so I've got a couple there of him. I also completed that Princess Castle series, which I was super proud and excited to complete. And that is that board. Next up, this is my Lion King board and a bunch of other random things. So the top left corner there is my Lion King collection. And on the top right, I've got Pinocchio for some reason, as well as Hercules below that. Lion King pins were some of the very first pins that I ever started collecting, so they hold a very special place in my heart. But then this collection kind of meshes into my animals and dogs and a bunch of other random collections. I've got some Monsters, Inc., some Peter Pan, Incredibles, Up, just a little bit of everything on this board. So those are all of my boards, but this is my trader bookcase thing. I made it myself. It's an old CD case actually. Inside of the book I've got a couple pages and little felt in between them to keep them nice and protected in here. Again, these are my traders, so I'm not super attached to them. And that little white slip of paper is the pin picks number to make it easier for people I'm trading with to catalog their new pins. I've got a bunch of random pins here. These are ones I've either traded in my pin trading groups or in the parks. I feel so guilty for some reason that I have like the Princess Marathon pin there, and it says I did it when I just traded for that in the parks. I thought it was so funny because I did not complete the marathon. But I think someone will want it someday and they'll trade for it. I actually got all of these popsicles on the cruises, on Disney cruises, so I've been working on that collection but decided I was not going to continue collecting them. I do have a lot of Loungefly Box Lunch Hot Topic pins in here just because I live in Minnesota, so it's really hard to get Disney pins and I can pop into Box Lunch easily and pick up new pins there. I do have a lot of really cool pins in here that I do like. I just don't collect that character or that movie or that series. I'm also kind of particular on the pins that I do collect. I don't like lenticulars, I typically don't like spinners, things like that. And this is my last page, so we have seen all of my pins now. And that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed getting to look at my whole collection of pins. The question for today in the comments is, which pins do you collect? Or if you're not yet collecting, which pins you would like to collect. I will be going to Disneyland in November, hopefully doing some pin trading there, and I'll take you guys along with, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye-bye!